What's up, guys? Tom Davis here, America's Canine Educator. On this episode, I'm going to exploit all the dog people who don't want to set boundaries or limitations to their dog. And so what does that mean? I mean, for the majority of you, we think that we give our dog what they need. And maybe we do through awesome food or really great daycare services or a really comfy bed. And we have to remember and we have to understand that dogs are dogs, and they're canines, and they're animals. And so specifically with canines, they need somebody to be in charge. They need somebody to make rules. They need somebody to set boundaries. Imagine growing up ages 2 through 10 and not having anybody to give you advice, leadership, or guidance. Now, some of you may think, oh, I would be fine. Well, for those of you who are thinking that, you're wrong and you're lying to yourself. And for the majority and the rest of you, that would be pretty difficult. And a lot of dogs that I see coming into the academy, which is mostly what my videos have been about, because I'm taking something that I would do a class on, or I would do a subject on, and I would immediately come back here and film. And so this is pretty fresh for me. And a lot of people think that because they give their dog a lot of love, then the dog's going to do what they want. And I may have touched base on this, in a different video many years ago, but I really want to focus on the canine itself and how they need somebody to tell them what to do. And if they don't, they're going to take things into their own hands. So chances are the dog isn't going to be confident or secure enough to make the right decisions that they need. And so that's where you need to come in. And I see so many dog owners here and everywhere else a bit hesitant and or afraid to reprimand their dog or correct their dog for bad behavior. And I think a lot of what it is A, we don't know how, B, we're afraid of it, and C, we're afraid of it. And that's how humans are. We are afraid of it, or we're uneducated about it, then we either don't like it or we kill it. That's what humans do, unfortunately, for the majority of the race. And we need to understand that if we are going to be good leaders for our dog, and obviously I can go in 6 different directions after that sentence, but if we're going to be good leaders for our dogs, we need to have balance. And we need to be able to give our dog the love that they deserve and they need. And we also need to be able to give the dog a correction, boundaries, limitations that they want and need. And my main focus of creating this video is to tell you, the dog person at home, that your dog craves leadership and guidance. I work with all sorts of different canines, including wolves, and they are the same way. If you don't immediately offer who you are and what you are to that animal, then they will take it into their own hands and their own situation to figure you out. That's how all the dogs are in here. And I get a lot of people, wow, Tom, how'd you do that so easily and so quickly? Is because I set the tone very, very quickly when I meet a new dog. And a lot of people might, again, go and say, wow, you automatically get in a dog's face or correct them. Not at all. I ignore them completely because that's what good leaders do. So for those of you who are struggling at home with your dog, or if you just got into dog walking or pet sitting or dog training, ask yourself, are you giving your dog what they need? Are you giving them enough leadership and guidance to balance out the love and affection you give them? And I think another video might come of actually how to reprimand your dog, because there's many ways you can do it. And I think that there's a lot of uneducated people out there who maybe just don't have the right idea about reprimanding your dog. Positive reinforcement versus negative reinforcement. I can almost guarantee 80% of the population don't know what that means and aren't clear on it, not because of any reason, but you're uneducated on it. And so it's very similar to children and child psychology. When you're raising a child or you're raising really anything, I don't care if you're raising a freaking hermit crab, you have to have boundaries, you have to have limitations, and you have to set those. I'm here to tell you, after all of the years I've been working with wolves and all of the years I've been working with the domesticated dogs on every level, therapy, protection, aggression, whatever, every single dog that I've ever worked with and every single canine that I've ever worked with needs leadership They need boundaries. They crave it, they need it, they're born craving it, they're born needing it. They're born without being able to see or walk. The first thing they do is get told what to do. And then their mom and then their siblings tell them what to do for the rest of their life that they're together. And then what do we do as humans? We take that animal and we mess it up for the majority. Hold back your comments on the people who do it right, because I appreciate you. Maybe not understanding and knowing that you're not a bad person if you correct your dog. You're not a mean person if you correct your dog. And I think the correction in general just throws people off. Like, you may see videos of people doing really bad stuff because they're bad people. It has nothing to do with the people who do the right thing and the right stuff and do it right. You have to separate those two, and we have to stop using the internet as an encyclopedia to figure out what's right from wrong. You have to understand that dogs need discipline and they need boundaries. And if you don't do it, your dog will not be balanced and you won't have the relationship you need to be successful with your dog. So collectively, I wanted to make this video to let people know that there is a way to reprimand and to balance out your dog without doing physical altercations and physical things to your dog to make them uncomfortable or cause them pain. It's not about causing pain, and it's not about physically harming your dog, because trust me, I'm not in the business to harm anything. And you have to understand that tough love will create success. If you're a strict parent, chances are your child and your product of what you had upbringing will be very, very nice, very well balanced, well mannered on every aspect, from when they graduate college, kindergarten, pre-first, etc. You are creating what you're in control of. And you really need to take that in consideration and be more conscious about what you're doing. I hope this video is helpful to you guys. If you have questions, concerns, or comments, ask me. Leave comments in the below. I'm going to continue to pop out a video, movie every single week. Again, I appreciate your valuable time. And remember, give guidance and set boundaries to your dogs immediately to let them know that you're in charge, so they don't have to think they have to do it on their own. And you will see differences in your dog. So peace, guys. Have a good night. I'm going to go scrub floors and work with my dogs.